In this video I'm going to be testing all kinds of CO2 diffusers to figure out which ones are the best. We're going to find out which one produces the smallest CO2 bubbles, which one has the best design, and which one is the best value for money. Let's get started. I have just spent way too much money on CO2 diffusers, but it's for a good cause. So if you're like me and you love high-tech planted tanks, then you know how important it is to have a good quality CO2 diffuser. Now this is a good example of a good quality CO2 diffuser. This is the one from Aquario with the brown ceramic plate. I've been using this for a long time. They produce a really nice fine mist and I'm quite happy with them. So I thought it just would be a cool idea to order a bunch of different CO2 diffusers, test them all out and then see which one is the best. Alright, so let's just get straight to it. First one is from Amazon. I've ordered mostly CO2 diffusers from Amazon, also a few from Aqua, which is like a Dutch online aquascape store. Okay, first one we're going to test is this one. So this one is from a brand called Myriophyllum. It's definitely Chinese. Anyway, let's open this up. So here is the diffuser itself. Quite nice. I like the relatively small design. And we have a white ceramic plate. I don't know if the camera can focus on that, but I'll get some close-ups. Then we have a little pouch with 2 suction cups, check valve as well, which is nice. And there's also something like a rubber band. No idea what this is for. So I'm thinking of testing every single CO2 diffuser on this tank. I've ordered more than 10 diffusers and I have more than 10 tanks here, so I could easily just hook them up right now and get this test over with. But I think it's more fair to use them all on the same tank. Also, I want to use every single diffuser for at least 24 hours because sometimes this diffusion plate needs to soak up for some time and then the diffusion will improve over time. So that means this is going to take a long time to make this video, but I think it will be worth it. Now currently I'm actually using an inline CO2 diffuser on this tank. This one is from Chihiros. Actually guys, let me know in the comments if I should do this exact same video with inline CO2 diffusers. Yeah, that means that I need to disconnect this one and then make a new hose out into the tank. So let me just quickly disconnect this. Hopefully the check valve will do its job and water will not start leaking out of here, but I think it should be okay. First CO2 diffuser going in. Always on the opposite end of the outflow. So the outflow is over there. Then the flow will hopefully, push those bubbles around nicely. They will have plenty of time to dissolve. Okay, let's plug the CO2 back in again. Where is the... Oh, here it is. Okay, we're already up and running. It's only been like a minute or so. First impression is pretty good. I see a lot of small bubbles, which is exactly what we want. But if you look closely, you can also see a few bigger bubbles going up. Now that might be because this one is brand new and it's only just been in the water. So let's give this one 24 hours and then we'll come back tomorrow. It has now been 10 minutes and I'm already not seeing any large bubbles anymore. So now we're just left with a really nice fine mist. So I think we're off to a great start with this one actually. It has been a full 24 hours with the CO2 diffuser and it's doing great. Honestly, I'm quite impressed with this one. I don't remember the price, but I'll put the price on the screen. But yeah, good one. Let's move on to CO2 diffuser number 2. You're in my chair. Well, you actually haven't been in the video for a long time, huh? It's been a while. It's okay, you just stay comfortable. Let's see, I have another Amazon CO2 diffuser. It's kind of like a surprise every time you open this. Let's see what number 2 is going to be. This one over here. Multifunctional CO2 diffuser 4-in-1. I think this one was very cheap actually, I'm not sure. Ultra micro pore atomization. Okay, sounds very promising. It's a nice compact design. So this one actually came with instructions which say you need to open it up and fill it with water because there's like a chamber underneath the CO2 diffusion plate. So let's see if we can open it up. It's just like a little cup. Some water in there. Okay, so that's the new one installed. Let's plug in the CO2 again. Well, that is not a very good start, but let's give it some time. Okay, so now the next day. Yes, I'm still wearing the same clothes. I can wear the same outfit 2 days in a row. Okay, it's fine. Anyway, about the diffuser, things have definitely improved. We're still getting occasionally a large bubble, but in general, we have a nice CO2 mist. I think the bubbles are a little bit bigger than the one that we tested before this one, so the first one. But yeah, overall, I'm quite satisfied with that. I would be happy with the diffuser like this. So it's now time for diffuser number 3, which is this one over here, really small one, also from Amazon. And this one was almost 10 euros, so definitely affordable. This will not be the cheapest one in this test, but 10 euros is a good price if it works well. Okay, CO2 diffuser number 3 is going in. Love how small this one is. If this one works well, it could be a good one. So this one started working almost immediately, and after 24 hours the bubbles were very consistent in size and quite small as well. For the price, I would say this one is pretty good and could be perfect for a nano tank. Next up we have something completely different. This is the Atomizer Ultra from Aqua. Available in 2 sizes. This one is a small and the price is 15.90 €. This one requires a lot more pressure, so it took some time before I started seeing the first bubbles. Okay, it has been 24 hours with the Atomizer Ultra from Aqua, and to be honest with you guys, I'm really impressed with this one. I have to compare the footage side by side to see it properly, but I think this one has been producing the smallest CO2 bubbles, like they're literally almost invisible. But it's time to move on to the next CO2 diffuser. Now the ones that we've tested so far were all quite affordable, some are around the 10 to 15 euro price range. The next one is a little bit more expensive because I bought an ADA CO2 diffuser, the pollen glass type 3. And I think this one was 60 euros or something like that. So yeah, I would say about 5 times the price of the average diffuser that we've tested so far. Really nice, fancy packaging as well. ADA Nature Aquarium pollen glass. Oof, look at that. So it's a glass diffuser. And you get 6 suction cups as well, and a little pipette. So that's what it looks like. Here we go, straight out the box. Works almost immediately. This is pretty fine bubbles. Not as small as the Atomizer, but let's check back in 24 hours. Okay, new day. New CO2 diffuser, but let's first review the 70 euro diffuser from ADA. So it works well, it produces small bubbles, not tiny bubbles. The other ones, the Atomizer definitely produces smaller bubbles, but overall it works well, it looks great, but I don't think it's worth 70 euros though. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. This one is from a brand called Arca, which I think is German. The MyScape CO2 diffuser. So this one is made from stainless steel and it's kind of a big one. Here we go, stainless steel diffuser. Then we have another pouch, and in here we're gonna have 2 suction cups, and again that rubber band, just like we had in the first diffuser. I think I need to figure out what that's for. So this one actually has like a proper, like a proper hose connection here. So let's see if that works with the silicone hose that I'm using on this tank. Okay, so the new stainless steel diffuser is installed. For this one I did have to change to a different tubing because this silicone tubing that I'm using normally is quite thick and it didn't fit in this connection. So now I just have almost like normal airline tubing. Well, as you can see, it's working well. This one did say on the box, for improved performance, let the diffuser soak in water, preferably reverse osmosis water, for at least 24 hours before use. Best results are achieved after 3 to 5 days of use. I'm not going to wait 3 to 5 days, but let's see how this one is doing tomorrow. Okay, new day again. I've actually just finished a maintenance session on this tank because it was getting quite overgrown. But yeah, it's been 24 hours with the stainless steel diffuser from Arca, and it's a good one. My only complaint is the design. I don't really like that it has a curve over here because it kind of just limits how deep I can place it in the tank. See, if I didn't have this curve, I could place it lower, closer to the substrate, and the bubbles would have even more time to dissolve in the water column. And it's, I mean, it's a bit bulky, you know, like it has quite a big diffusion plate as well. So yeah, in a 60 centimeter tank, it does kind of, you know, yeah, your eyes are immediately drawn to this diffuser. So it's a good one, but I'm not a huge fan of this design. Now next up, I have another stainless steel diffuser. This time a really cheap one. This one is also from Amazon. I think it was $8.99. It's the Q-Works Co2 Diffuser. This one had like 400 reviews or something and a score of 3.9. So it's not too bad. Let's see how well it does for the price. Here we go. That's the new diffuser in. And as you can see, we have huge bubbles, but I was expecting that. I think this one just needs a little bit of time to start working properly, just like we've seen with other ones as well, you know. Okay, that's 24 hours with the relatively cheap diffuser from Amazon. Guys, I don't know, I mean, I am pleasantly surprised. I think we've tested 7 or 8 so far, and like none of them has been like a huge disappointment. I think there's still one on the way, which is the cheapest one, which I've ordered a week ago and it still has not been delivered. I think that one might be disappointing, maybe not, but yeah, I was kind of expecting this one to be a lot worse. But there's a lot of small bubbles. There's still a few medium-sized bubbles sort of escaping a little bit faster, but I mean, for 9 euros, I am yeah, quite surprised. But it's time to move on to the next one. Next one is from Chihiros. I actually did not order this one specifically for this test. I actually already had this one for a while, but it's not being used. I think that's most important. I don't have the original packaging anymore. But yeah, this is the Chihiros Co2 Diffuser Mate or Pro, something like that. They come in different sizes. This one is the M, and you also have S and L. So I'm going to take this one out, replace it with this one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Okay, 24 hours with the Chihiros diffuser. This one started working almost immediately. Very uniform size bubbles, so that's good. They're not the smallest, they're also not the biggest, so they're kind of, yeah, they're good. Now this one has a very similar design to the Arca stainless steel diffuser that we already tested. And again, with that curve on top. So as you can see, the actual diffuser is sort of sitting at the middle level of the tank. And that's kind of the only thing that I don't really like about it. I really want my diffusers to be as low as possible, which is just not, yeah, you can't do that with this design. But it's now time to move on to the next one, which is the Tropica. There it is. Tropica 3-in-1 diffuser. I've actually already taken this one out of the package because this one had clear instructions where it said that you need to soak it for 24 hours up front. So I took it out yesterday, I placed it in some water, and now it's basically ready to go, I think. So this one is called a 3-in-1 diffuser because it has a bubble count. Well, first of all, it's a diffuser. Then there's a little chamber below the diffuser, which is kind of like a bubble counter. And then there's also a check valve. So that's why it's 3-in-1. I have used this one once before in the past, but like just a long time ago. So from what I remember, this one is actually really good. Let's test it again. Okay, CO2 is on, but I don't see anything happening yet. So probably for this one, you need a little bit more pressure. So we'll give it a few minutes and yeah, just wait. Usually when you need more pressure, that's actually a good sign because it means that, you know, the pores are smaller and the bubbles will be smaller as well. Oh, I see something happening. Okay, that was not what I was expecting at all. Even after soaking for 24 hours, we still have relatively large bubbles coming out first. Well, let's give it some time and hopefully things will improve soon. Okay, it's the next day again and the Tropica diffuser is working really well. Really nice, consistent, small bubbles. And I don't think they're the smallest I've seen, but they're definitely very small, so that's good. Yeah, overall pretty happy with this diffuser. It is a little bit bulky, but I do like that you have the bubble counter and the non-return valve built in. It really does help, you know. If you don't have the non-return valve here, like what happens when the CO2 turns off is that the water will start flowing back into this airline tubing. And then in the morning, you know, when the CO2 turns on again, all the water has to go back out again, which can take a little bit of time, can take a lot of pressure as well. So to have a non-return valve right here at the very beginning is actually very helpful. But yeah, it's time to move on to the next diffuser. I just realized that I haven't tested a diffuser with a brown ceramic disc yet, like the one that I showed you at the beginning of the video from Aquario. And I still have one from Dennerle plants lying around. And this one is very similar to the one from Aquario. Comes with 2 suction cups as well. it's a nice clear plastic or acrylic diffuser with this brown ceramic disc. This is the next one we're going to test. So it does say on the website, before use we recommend soaking the diffuser in water. This ensures more even CO2 mist and reduces possible noise. Doesn't say for how long, so we're just going to use it straight out of the box. Technically this one also has a built-in bubble counter, because if you fill this still chamber with water, then you can also see the CO2 bubbles. So it's been like 5 minutes with the diffuser, and these bubbles are definitely very small. Like if you go all the way to the left of the aquarium, it might be a little bit hard to see, but like even the mist from the CO2 diffuser is basically going all the way to the left of the aquarium. So definitely pretty good. Okay guys, we are almost at the end. I have the last CO2 diffuser here, but first let's review the one from Dennerle Plants. I mean, I have nothing to complain about this one. I really like the design, it's very minimalistic. I like the clear plastic, and the brown ceramic disc just gives very small bubbles, very uniform as well. There's not a single large bubble inside, so can't go wrong with this one. Okay, then we get to the last one, which is this one right here. It's called the Senpack Pollen Glass Diffuser. This one is actually the cheapest one because you get 2 of them. Is that a good thing? I'm not sure. Maybe the quality is just not great and that's why I give you an extra one. We'll just have to see. Yeah, I think this one was 11 euros for 2. So basically one diffuser is 5.50, which is definitely cheap. I don't really have high hopes for this one, but let's see. Let's just install it. Okay, here we go. I've actually just checked the reviews and they're not really bad. I found one that had like a 1 star. It said that the bubbles are really large, but yeah, maybe you just didn't take the time to soak it properly. I think most of the reviews were actually 5 stars, so I'm very curious. So this one also has like a little reservoir below the diffusion plate, which again acts as a bubble counter. Probably won't see it right now, but overnight it will fill itself up with water, and then tomorrow morning you should see the CO2 bubbles. Okay, first bubble starting to come out. A little bit large. Some of them are smaller though. I mean, it's not terrible, but yeah, let's wait. Let's see how things are looking tomorrow. Okay, the last day. It's been 24 hours with the Senpack Pollen Glass Diffuser, the last one. I think this is number 11, so in total it took me, I think, more than 2 weeks to make this entire video, because I skipped a few days as well. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, do me a favor, smash the like button, I really appreciate it. But yeah, the last CO2 diffuser, this was the cheapest one, and it kind of shows as well. Like the bubbles are very inconsistent. Some of them are small, most of them are kind of like medium sized. So it's not bad, definitely not bad. I was expecting worse, but yeah, just not really the best CO2 diffusion. So we've tested them all, so now it's time to pick our winners. So we're looking for best value for money, best performance, and best design. Let's start with the best value for money. So at first I was thinking to put this one as the best value for money, the Senpack CO2 diffuser, because it is the cheapest and the performance is not terrible. But then you do have to buy them in a pack of 2, and I mean, not everybody has more than 1 aquarium, so then it's actually not the cheapest. Also, I'm a little bit disappointed with the inconsistent bubbles from the diffuser. So I actually don't think that this is the best value for money. I'm going to give that award to the Dennerle Plants ceramic CO2 diffuser, because this one is also less than 10 euros. I really like the design, you know, it's very minimalistic with the clear plastic. The bubbles are very small, so some of the smallest that we've seen. Comes with 2 suction cups, and also comes with this U-bend, you know, so you can really nicely guide the airline tubing over the rim of your aquarium. Yeah, I mean, less than 10 euros for this, I think that's the best value for money. Then the award for the best design, of course, that one is easy. I'm going to give this one to the ADA Pollen Glass Diffuser. I mean, this thing is just beautiful, you know, like I really love glass lily pipes and that nice glass diffuser. Like it just looks amazing. Also, like you get all these extra suction cups with them, including these really tiny suction cups that you can use for the tubing. So you can also really nicely guide the tubing along the edge of the aquarium, you know. So this one is definitely the most beautiful CO2 diffuser that we've tested in this video. And then lastly, the best performance. So I've kind of just reviewed all the footage, and there's just one clear winner, which is the Atomizer Ultra from Aqua. Like the bubbles are so tiny, a lot smaller than all the other ones. So I think this is the best diffuser out there right now. and quite cheap, 15, 16 euros it was. So I think we're going to buy a few more of these. But that's the end of this CO2 test, kind of a different video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.